Good morning. Today, I am joined by Jim Davis, Lodge Veterans Chair, and Joyce Imoto, Vice Chair of the Veterans Committee for Vista, California, Lodge number 1968. Jim and Joyce, thank you so much for joining me this morning for 3 Questions with an Elk.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Let's jump right in. The first question that I have for both of you is, what motivates you to serve veterans, and how did you get started volunteering?
Go ahead, Joyce, you can start.
Well, it started with, we have done other volunteer work through the church, through VFW, through American Legion. We worked a lot with the wounded warriors, helping them out. And with that, we felt that we were helping the veterans, and it was a good cause, is how we started with that.
But I think what motivated me was kind of came through my background, 33 years as a firefighter, and then 4 years in the military during Vietnam. I saw the severe level of need from our veterans. As you know, we're the world's policemen, and our military is all around the world. Our veterans get out of the military, and they don't get transitioned into peacetime. And so I saw the conditions that they're having to live through, some with families, some with infants, and we're literally pulling them out of the riverbed. We're losing 22 veterans a day to suicide, unacceptable. Our nation seems at this time and for decades to have failed in transitioning our veterans from war to peacetime. When I was in during Vietnam, I was in Europe in combat arms. We were getting veterans coming right out of the war zone and getting incarcerated, sometimes from 5 to 10 years because of the trauma that they had experienced in Vietnam. We didn't socialize them. We didn't get them into psychological evaluations. We just incarcerated them into prisons. We made our veterans dysfunctional in our society. Now we're starting to realize PTSD in those things. So for us, it was a severe need.
Absolutely. It sounds like this is a cause that's really close to both of your hearts. And Jim, I want to say thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
The next question is, what are some of your favorite veterans projects that both of you have participated in?
I participated in, it was a day of a work party. So we went to a veterans home and helped them out with whatever their needs were at their home there. Cutting bushes, the weeding. And my biggest thing was that the veteran was there. We, socializing with them, talking with them, and with their family. And that what I thought was really a great day.
And then that was a wounded warrior, triple amputee from an IED in Iraq. And Homes for Our Troops had located a home, built a home specifically for this veteran. You have the Gary Sinise Foundation, you have the Homes for Our Troops, Tunnel to Towers. They build homes for our veterans. And so transitioning the veteran and then helping the veterans once they get in there was one of the projects that our church took on in this 1 or 2 cases. But for me, that's rewarding. But when I look at it, I look at how much bang can we get for our buck? How many veterans can we help with a certain limited amount of money? Thankfully coming from our national grant, as it has been for the last 2 years. So for me, the stand down is the impact event. We can impact literally hundreds of veterans at the stand down. And what the stand down does is it brings in, just through word of mouth mostly, but now they know every year that North County, San Diego is having a stand down. This year, because of COVID, it's been put back about 6 months. And the other big stand down in San Diego was actually canceled. The biggest one in center city of San Diego was canceled. So now North County is going to bring in literally thousands of veterans. And they're going to come in, they're going to get basic food, basic hygiene, basic medical, basic dental, basic eye care, veterinary care, VA benefits, and legal services while we're housing them and feeding them. And there's nothing like it in the state.
This is a 4-day event.
That's really exciting. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, working there at the grassroots level, you see the dire straits and the immediate need of these veterans, their families, their children, adolescent, their babies. It's incredible.
Yeah,
Do,
absolutely.
pet care.
What was that, Joyce?
They also do like pet care there too. So they bring in their dogs or they have veterinarians there. To do.
That's wonderful. I know that animals can make a really big difference for a lot of veterans. So that's great that they're taking care of the pets too.
Yeah, the PTS veteran has utilized the dogs for disability treatment and getting them to kind of detox out of the anxiety from PTSD trauma. And now you're seeing a rapid and increased utilization of the animals to help the veterans. It's been very effective.
Very cool. And last question that I have for you both is, how can other lodges, veterans committees be more effective? What advice do you have?
Well, that it's a tough road, but believe it or not, here at Vista Elks, our biggest asset is our staff, starting from the board, from the exalted ruler, on down to the grant writers, on down to the secretaries, and then your veterans committee volunteers. We couldn't do even 10% without their effectiveness. So first, I'd like to thank all of them. You have to build on your current programs because some of the current programs are valid. They may be small in nature, like bingo games, things like that, visitations. Those are important. They're individual in nature. So you got to keep those going. But you have to recruit and try to get diversity into your committee. With that, if you get 5 veterans who went through the same thing, you're going to get pretty much the same program. But if you can reach out, and some of my best suggestions come from people, 75-year-old lady who's got experience. And she mentions, well, one time we did this, and it ended up being the best thing we'd ever done for our local homeless veterans. We serve here in North County, San Diego, homeless veterans of San Diego, probably 50 veterans at any one time, getting them out of the riverbeds into basic hygiene and health needs. Another organization is Wounded Warrior Homes. And they have a food pantry, and we get them help. They have 3 homes in northern San Diego County that houses 30 veterans, and they counsel another 100 veterans. So we get our bang for the buck. You got to be careful on these veterans committees because a lot of the organizations that say they're veterans organizations are money-making organizations. You really got to talk to the homeless vets. We have on our veterans committee, we have homeless vets, and they let us know. This organization over here, they're trying to get money, they're trying to get grants, but they make money on having the veterans. So you got to be real careful and weed that out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really great advice. Kind of keep your ear to the ground for what's actually happening in your community and get those diverse perspectives. That's
our priority here in North County at our Elks Lodge on our Veterans Committee is to get them out of the riverbeds, to get them function in sobriety, into the VA programs, into housing. And we, believe it or not, again, we have men, women, and babies all involved in these families.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I really appreciate all the work that you both and your entire lodge do on behalf of veterans. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.